I think the biggest change or impact of innovation over the last 20 years has really been programmatic, right? It moved from buying and selling of digital media from humans to machines that use data, that bid on impressions, and that really created a marketplace for media, the likes of which the world had never seen before.
What about measurement? And you were at Nielsen. There's been a lot of changes, a lot of expectations around measurement, a lot of new products. How do you sort of see the development of measurement over the last 20 years?
Because of the fragmentation of media, measurement is no longer a single platform game. I think measurement now has to be cross-platform, number one. It needs to be actionable, number two. So people just don't want to sit on data and look at it and try to figure it out themselves. They want to act on it. And I think probably the most recent kind of evolution in measurement has been it needs to be able to indicate or tie to some type of outcome, right? Just knowing what something is and not being able to act on it or knowing the impact on an actual outcome. And in advertising, it's really, did it drive a sale? I think that's where measurement has evolved. It has become a static and stagnant metric to an active and actionable metric.
So where does that, is that a hope or is it a reality? Where do we stand?
I think we are well into that game. I mean, we're not in the ninth inning, but we're midway through connecting actionability to measurement, to connecting outcomes to measurement. So we're getting there. And it's being driven by advertisers who really want to understand what's happening with their spend.
Now, DV has long been an innovator in verification, and played an important role. Where does verification stand now, and what has to be done, and what are you guys doing there?
So I think, verification started with some pretty basic metrics, things like brand safety and viewability. It's evolved into more nuanced metrics like suitability, attention, right? Metrics that are more meaningful to advertisers because they tie closer to outcomes. And I also think metrics and verification are really also moving into the realm of having to be actionable too. So just because I know something's not brand suitable, that doesn't give me the ability to do much about it. So powering actions, powering activations is where verification is going. So think more granular, more nuanced data, more actionable data, and data that's actually consistent across platforms. That's where verification has evolved into and will continue to evolve from.
Now, you announced recently an arrangement with TikTok. Could you explain that?
Yeah, so we continue to expand our relationship with TikTok on multiple fronts. The first is measuring more and more of the different types of media that are running through TikTok, as well as giving advertisers the ability through our pre-bid solutions to avoid content on TikTok. All of this really is part of a growing evolution of walled gardens, opening up to third-party measurement to actually really create a more transparent and advertiser-friendly environment.
Well, AI is going to be a big conversation that we're having, and AI is a conversation we're having every day. When you think about AI, and I'm sure DV has embraced machine learning over the years, but what are the opportunities for AI for the industry? How do you see it, and where might it be going?
Yeah, so we've been doing AI before it was AI. Right? We called it ML back then. Two different letters, but very similar. It is the use of really smart models to drive really smart results and smart answers. Our AI now, we've coined a term called Neura. DV's Neura AI is the brain behind both our agentic interfaces and the way we analyze content and context. AI is changing everything. Right? It's changing how we operate as a company, so how quickly we can contextualize content, at what scale we can do so, and how customized we can make those contextualizations for customers. But it's changing the broader environment in a really different way, which is creating things like AI slop, which means there's tons of content out there that advertisers may want to avoid. It's changing the way advertisers will eventually buy through agentic interfaces and using agents to buy media. It's changing who advertisers may eventually advertise to. Today, most advertisers look at bots as evil, right? Why would I ever advertise to a bot? They don't buy. Tomorrow, that bot or that agent might buy. So it's created an environment in which advertisers now are faced with more complex content decisions, more complex agentic decisions, but hopefully a better and more efficient place for them to sell media and ultimately sell their products.
Now, Mark, as a CEO, you mentor, you help young people on their path. I wanted to ask, when you speak to young people today, what are the opportunities? What do you say in terms of where they could go in our industry? What are the opportunities do you see?
I think the best direction we try to give folks is don't expect the job today to be the job tomorrow that you're going after. The kind of classic media buyer or programmatic trader or even creative job might be here today, but probably won't be there tomorrow. So the best direction we give folks is be flexible, lean into new tools, look for different ways of creating value, because humans are always going to be part of this equation. AI is going to help us do things better and faster, but some human is going to need to guide that AI, whether it's creating a great ad, buying a piece of media, or putting together a great media plan. Humans do need to be involved in this. And so what we talk to folks about is be flexible, think about the most value you can add, and use AI as a tool, because the job tomorrow may be harnessing that AI, but the job yesterday may be the job that AI got rid of.